All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. We're live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. Hey, Palm, this one's for you. Okay. This is for you, my muse. So, today we are talking about the innocent brand personality. I was telling everybody on TikTok that I am at 668. I'm trying to make sure this focuses. I'm at 668 subscribers. So I am it's cool. It's cool to see the growth every day. Now, like I said, I've told this to y'all before. It would be nice if the numbers start increasing. I want to see some exponential growth, but we're staying committed to the promise. And so that's important. Hey Kuma. All right, y'all. So let me get my subscriber number up there, up on the mic. So I have some good news to share though, y'all. Like I have some exciting news. Let me move my mic up some more. I have some exciting news to share. So before I came on here, I got an email from YouTube. So, when you are a creator on YouTube, they start to send you like notifications about like your accomplishments and your achievements. And if you use the YouTube studio, then you start to get like recaps of your month and how you perform, your top performing content. So it's really catered to helping you to celebrate your progress. And so before I came on live, I got an email from YouTube saying that I have crossed 100,000 views on my channel. So cumulative, all my videos, I have crossed 100,000 views. And the fact that the fact that it's I didn't even know what my number was, to be honest with you. So it wasn't like I was like, this is a threshold I was waiting to get to. But the fact that I got 100,000 views, we out here doing numbers, okay? We out here doing numbers. It's only a matter of time before that number is just common for my content. Like I already know, I'm just like, see it, I believe it, and I'm excited for it. So that felt really good. I was like, you know what? It's a little razzle dazzle. So yeah, 100,000 views on my videos, and so that really excites me. And it feels like I am starting to build community over on YouTube, which is always a great sign, y'all. Like, and this is just encouragement for myself, but also encouragement for you as you are expanding and growing, not just on social media, but as you're growing in your community, as you're building those connections in your community, that when you start to have people who are recognizing you, you have people who are talking to you, you have people who are leaving comments, you have people who are coming back to your videos. Those are all great signs that what you are doing is making an impact. Don't ignore it, okay? Don't ignore it, because if you start looking at the bigger picture and you start looking at the things that you don't have yet, like me focusing on the fact that I'm still in 600s and I've been doing this for 11 days, those kind of focuses can be very discouraging. And it starts to feel like, well, is what I'm doing making a difference? Does it matter? And so me shifting my focus from what I don't have to what I'm seeing as signs that I am doing good work over here, that I'm building community over here, that makes me so excited. So every time I open that app and I see a new comment, I see someone else subscribed. I see my name being mentioned in videos on YouTube. Like all of that stuff adds up and it all matters. So like it's really happening. Like it's really happening, and it's just a matter of time before it becomes a place where I am really starting to build a space over there where I can stay there and I don't have to be, in multiple places at once. So yeah, I was proud of that. Thank you for everybody that's celebrating and clapping. That makes me excited. And everybody that shows up and comes to these, you have absolutely contributed to it. So thank you. Thank y'all. We're doing it. We're growing. We're moving. So let's get into before I talk about. Oh, hey, Adrian. Welcome back. Adrian's over here on YouTube. She's one of the people that found me on YouTube. So that's you're literally proving my point. Literally proving my point that I am building community. I'm starting to recognize names. People are coming back and listen to the videos. So welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. So y'all, before we get into the innocent, where that's the brand personality that we're talking about today, I'm gonna give y'all my creator confession. And so it's gonna kind of feel like a it's gonna be a slightly like a downer, but I wanna it's important for me with my creator confessions to be as honest with y'all as possible, because I can't do fake. Like I can't do it. So oh, I'm glad you've been loving the archetype series. You're definitely a magician. Oh, I love that, Adrian. Okay. So here's my creator confession, y'all. So yesterday when I went live, before the live, I was so super duper excited. Like I was so excited, and it's not often that I'm excited for a live. Honestly, y'all, I be like nervous before every live, and I don't know what to do to change that about myself. I have no idea how to change it, but it just there's this nervousness and this anxiety that I feel like, if I be feeling it in my stomach, like it just be like, ooh, okay. I got to get on live and talk, right? Even if I know exactly what I'm going to talk about, it's all lined up, it's all outlined. I've talked about this multiple times. It still is just like that nervousness that I feel. And so, but yesterday I didn't have that, for the most part. I didn't have that. I just was super excited to get on live. And so yesterday, if you missed it, I talked about the Jester. And so the Jester, I had made like this cool like pink collar to look like the ruffle of like a clown outfit, and I had these really fun colorful earrings on, and I just felt good. I had my hair in like two ponytails. Like I invested a whole lot into the aesthetic of, like, my outfits. And so when I got on live and when I first started, it started off a little slow, which is typical, like it's not a big deal. I usually start things off slow, but then as I started going live, it felt like it progressively got more and more discouraging. Like it just felt like it didn't have the same energy, especially coming off of the live that we did when we talked about the hey Nessa, when we talked about the magician and how like energetic that was and how involved people were, and there's so many people who felt like that was who they were. It was a really good live. And so then to have this next live where it was like I was basically talking to myself, I was like, oh my goodness, like this is I want this to be over. I want this to be over, like every moment of it. And it felt discouraging in the moment because it was a topic, it was a brand personality that I was so excited to talk about. Like I was super excited to talk about it. And you could tell just by the energy that I put into the outfit, right? And how creative I felt. And so for it in the moment to not have the expectation that I set for it, I guess, it was very hard to keep going and not let that rattle me too much. And so what was happening is, as like literally as I was talking, I was like simultaneously like, I want this to be over. I can't wait for this to be over. I just want to get this over. I just want to talk about this and I just want to get it done. I'm just going to go through this stuff. I'm just going to list it. I'm not going to add anything else to it. I just got to talk and get it out and just get this over with. And so the thing that's frustrating about that, outside of the fact that it's just, negative, and I'm over here trying to be not that, but also just the fact that it was like competing, and it made it hard to give give a consistent experience for each video. And so I was irritated with myself because there's like these thoughts. coming in the middle of me literally doing this thing. Like, you couldn't have waited till I was done. Like, I'm over here getting frustrated literally in the midst of doing this. And so even after it was over, I was just like, okay, I'm glad that's over. Like, we got that over with now. And I felt away. And so it bothered me so much that I ended up writing about it, because I was like, I can't just like get off of here and act like I don't have feelings about how everything went. And I knew that if I didn't address it in that moment, that it was going to cross over to today's live. And I didn't want that to, regardless of whatever I was going to talk about. I didn't want to come into it with that same energy, because realistically, I know that I'm playing the long game here, especially when you're talking about YouTube, especially when you're talking about building a brand in general. Like, you're not building this because you're expecting immediate results, right? You're building this because you know that what you're building is a good foundation for longevity. And so, having that mentality and having that faith as you continue to work diligently is not always the easiest thing to do. And there are times where, even when you know logically that it's okay, like this is just one live out of hundreds of lives that you're going to do and hundreds of conversations you're going to have, and this is not even the first time you're going to talk about this topic, or this is not the only time that people can watch this video. Like, anything can change. It's not about what I'm seeing in this moment. But even in knowing that, it doesn't change the fact that those feelings can still come up. Like, you still have those thoughts, you still have those experiences, you still have those things that you have to navigate. And so I had that moment, and I wrote some other stuff about it, which I will save like that full breakdown for another conversation. Because that deserves its own space to kind of work through. But I wanted to share that as my confession, because I feel that the more consistent you are, and the more you show up, and the more disciplined you are, the less people feel like you still have those challenges, or like the less relatable people feel like you are. And I wanted people to know that no, this stuff still comes up. I just show up anyway. Like, this stuff still happens. These feelings still come up, these thoughts still come up, these responses and these triggers, they still exist, they're still there. But the way that I choose to navigate them and process them, and then continue to show up anyway, is what makes the difference. And so, yeah, I wanted to share that with y'all, because this isn't even something new. Like, the whole idea of, like, creating a live or going live, doing a challenge like this, posting content, especially on a platform where you're only getting like 10 views, 20 views most times, like on average, especially with the longer videos. And like, sometimes you can do it and it doesn't bother you, and then there's sometimes where I think that it hits you a little bit harder, just because you're used to like moving and just going and doing. But when you stop and take a moment and actually process, okay, how do I feel about this, or like, how am I operating, you start to see, oh no, actually I got some feelings. Like, I feel a way about how everything is going. So yeah, that's my creator confession for today. And I'm not even going to ask if people can relate, because I know I'm not the only person. All right. I know I'm not the only person that feels that. And so I just want y'all to know, you're not alone. You're not alone. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Kuma, doing the handshake in solidarity. I appreciate you. So, okay, y'all. So, check this out. Before I talk about the innocent, I gotta tell y'all about this microphone. Okay, so y'all see me using this microphone all the time. Oh, you did? I gotta look at your confession. Um, Share it inside of our Telegram. Actually, share it in the content channel, and I'm gonna check it out. So I gotta tell y'all about this mic that I've been using. So y'all see it. This is my lock mic. Y'all know her. Y'all have seen her. You love her. There are people who considered getting it, but then were they weren't happy because their voice didn't sound like mine when they got it, which is still so funny to me. But this is one of my favorite mics, y'all. Like it was one of the best purchases I ever made. And so this is the Hollyland Lark. It is a wireless mic. It connects to my phone. It can also connect to my camera. I just have to switch out the cable so that it works for the different technology. And it has been such a consistent and staple for my content creation. So the reason why I wanted to make sure I shouted out the mic is because, for one, people are always asking me what kind of mic I'm using, but also because right now this mic is only $39. Okay. I mean, it is literally only $39. Run, do not walk. Because when I got this mic, it cost I think it cost about $80, and I spent my money on it. It was not sponsored, okay? I spent my money on this mic, but I knew that I wanted to have a mic that had really good quality for less than $100. And so right now you can get it for $39. I have it linked in my Amazon. So if you go to my description box, you can see it. If you're on TikTok, you can go to my bio and you'll see it on my Amazon, my shop Amazon tab, and you can grab it, put it in your cart. This is literally the cheapest I've ever seen it. It has never been less than like $60 since I've seen the mic. So you can get yours. Yeah, you can get yours today or whenever you decide to actually cash out. I know you just be adding stuff to your cart. But yeah, it's in my Amazon storefront now. So I had to make sure I told y'all, because when it went on sale before, I forgot to tell everybody. And it ended up, I was worried that the sale had ended, but it is still $39. I don't know for how long or if it's going to change, but make sure that if you've been looking for a good quality mic for less than $100 and now it's less than $50, this is a great option. And I would honestly, this is what I would suggest over 90% of the mics that y'all see people talking about, especially on TikTok Shop. Like, I love y'all down, okay? I love y'all down. But those mics that the people are trying to convince you to get off a TikTok shop, y'all sound y'all sound like you're talking like this through your hand. Like they're not doing what you think they are, okay? Like it sound like y'all going through a wind tunnel. And I've stayed quiet about this for a long time because I knew that my mic was a little bit more pricey than what people were getting. But now that they're $39, I'm not gonna be quiet. And I really need y'all to just take a little step higher with your mic quality. Okay, just a smidge, so that your videos sound as good as they deserve to sound, because it's not working, friends. All right, it's not working. So that's my shout out. That's the plug for today. Go grab the Hollyland Lark mic, wireless mic. It is $39. The link is in my bio or in the description box. Go to my shop Amazon tab and you can go and get yours. Okay. Yes. Hey, Black Cherokee. All right. So, y'all, let's get into the innocent. All right. So, we've been talking about brand personalities. And if y'all have been missing these brand personalities, I need you to go and get your life. Okay. Go get your life. Go and listen to these videos, because what I'm doing is I'm literally breaking down every personality that you could have for your brand. Not only does it tell you how you should talk, or your colors and the values that you have, but it also tells you your strengths, your challenges, and it helps you to know what you should be focusing on so that you can tell your story in a way that's unique to you. What I'm realizing that I'm doing with this series here is I'm giving people language to express themselves. I'm giving people language to be who they are boldly, to be authentic, to be genuine, to be themselves, and to be confident in who they are. And that part right there specifically is a really big reason why I am talking about the innocent brand personality today. Okay. I'm talking about the innocent today because I have been inspired, okay, to talk about the personalities that you may not like. You know, the things about yourself that you may not like, the things about yourself that you may not see as a strength, but is who you are. And when you come to accept it, and then you come to take the lessons that it gives you, and you learn how it impacts the world, you can show up more boldly as who you are and stop trying to adopt other people's personalities, other people's strategies, other people's tips and tricks, and you can start to be your own, your own pioneer, your own framework. So yeah, so today we're talking about the innocent. Hey, Jay, the innocent. So, without further ado, we are going to get into the innocent brand personality. So, the innocent is pure, virtuous, and faultless, free from the responsibility of having done anything hurtful or wrong. The eternal optimist, this archetype's glass is always half full. The innocent lacks guile and corruption, and it seeks the promise of paradise. In its most powerful expression, the innocent embodies a sense of oneness and renewal, representing inner peace and acceptance. This archetype can trigger nostalgia for simpler times. All right. And just from that already, if that doesn't feel powerful to you, if that's not like that silent power, that quiet power, I don't even know what to tell you. Except I got some more to tell you. I'm gonna break it down for you even more. All right. So, if you are driven by a desire for happiness and simplicity, optimism, then and you see the world through a lens of wonder and hope, you might just be the innocent archetype. Okay? This is more than just having a positive outlook. It's about believing in the good in people and the beauty of life. So, we're about to get into this archetype and all that it embodies. So, I won't read the card again, but I will explain it in more depth as I go through it. Okay, Palm. So the strengths of the innocent. Here are what you are known for. Here are the things that you're known for. You're known for your optimism and your positivity. You are a bright and hopeful outlook on life. You're known for your simplicity and clarity, valuing straightforwardness and avoiding complications. You're known for your faith and trust, believing in the goodness of people and situations. You're known for your joyfulness and playfulness, bringing lightheartedness and fun into your surroundings. And then you're also known for your purity and your honesty, being genuine and transparent in your actions and intentions. Okay. Harnessing these strengths means that you're embracing your natural ability to uplift and inspire others. Innocents aren't just optimistics, you are beacons of hope and joy. Hope and joy. That is what you represent, spreading positivity wherever you go. Now, with all of the strengths, we know that there are some challenges that come along with every brand personality. So, some of the challenges that you may experience as the innocent is naivety, being overly trusting and sometimes unrealistic. You can struggle with the avoidance of reality, struggling to face harsh truths or difficult situations. You have an oversimplicity, ignoring complexities that need attention. You also can struggle with escapism, preferring to retreat into your ideal world rather than confront problems. And then you can also struggle with dependence, relying too much on others for support and validation. And particularly the validation piece is the bigger one than the support, is what I will say anyway. just because you're the validation is more of an internal thing, and the support is more, this is things that sometimes you really just need support, like you just need help. But the validation is the one where I think that it informs the other. So the validation challenges, the validation issues can make you feel like you're not capable of doing things that you actually are capable of doing. All right. So recognizing and mitigating these challenges helps the innocent to maintain their joy and optimism while also staying grounded and resilient. All right. And so, one thing that I'll say that I also mentioned about the magician is that with this archetype, you'll do really well to surround yourself, not completely surround yourself, but have people around you that are good at the groundedness, like that is something that they're naturally strong in. Especially like people who can kind of bring you back to reality, or who kind of bring you back to earth, or who you trust to challenge you in a way where you begin to trust yourself and take more risks while also not stifling who you are. Like you don't want people who are going to be overbearing and try to smother the innocence and the joy that you have, but they encourage you in the ways where it's not as easy for you to do. Okay, so let's talk about the boundless optimism and joy that is the innocent and how you can bring that into the world. So, at the heart of the innocent archetype is a burning passion for seeing the good in everything and everyone. These individuals don't just see the world as it is, but they see it as it could be, which is, the case for most brand personalities. But what makes you different is the way that you see it, and how you choose to view the world. You believe the world is filled with beauty, kindness, and endless possibilities. With a highly optimistic nature, innocents often find themselves in roles where their positivity can shine, making a significant impact on those around them. And one thing that I want to add to that is that if you are in a place where you are finding that your positivity, you're not able to include, or you're not able to contribute your positivity to the culture, you're not able to include your positivity into where you are and what you're doing, I'm going to implore you to find a space where you can. Okay. Find a space where you can, because it is critical for you as the innocent not only to exist in the joy and the optimism and the hope that you bring, but it's also important for you to see the impact that your presence makes in people's lives. Like you really have to see that you're not just this person who's here and who's just this happy go lucky person, but you're someone who literally, who you are, how you exist, how you see the world, your perspective of the world brings joy and hope to us. Okay. And that is something that we absolutely need. The innocent and the caregiver are the two. I think that you're complementary in what I mentioned before about your importance, especially in the upcoming times. Especially in the upcoming times. We need hope. We need joy. We need optimism. We need to see the good in people. We need to believe that there is good and beauty in the world. And you owning this and accepting it and understanding how to utilize it is going to be really critical. And when you do, there's going to be so much opportunity available to you because you now understand your value. You understand your power. All right. So let's talk about how you can create uplifting and joyful experiences as the innocent. So, innocents are characterized by their ability to create environments of happiness and simplicity. Your dedication to spreading joy and maintaining purity makes you an invaluable leader in fields that prioritize well being and positivity. Okay. That's another, indicator for you. If you're in a place, does that place value well being? Does it value positivity? Does it value people being healthy, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally? You're not going to be able to thrive in a toxic environment or in a culture that promotes toxicity. You're going to feel stifled there. You're going to feel unappreciated, and you will be unappreciated. Like, people will not recognize how important it is because it's not the norm. So you want to be in places where those two things especially are prioritized. All right. I mean, I'll go as far as to say not only are they prioritized, but it's a value of those environments. It's a value of those spaces. So, you as an innocent possess a unique ability to see the best in people and in situations, ensuring that their actions are not just positive, but deeply inspiring. And with that ability to see the good in people and situations, there is also a call that you have to um, challenge and maintain those standards. So you're not just someone who sees what people can do and doesn't speak up. Okay? That's not you. When you see it, there's a conviction that you have that I have to say something. I have to speak up. I have to challenge this. And you have your own way of doing it that won't make people feel it won't make people feel like they're being attacked because of how you are and how you present it, and because of your approach and coming at it from a positive angle. But that's something that is important to you. So even when you feel like this urge or you feel this desire to challenge certain things or speak up about certain things, that's because that's your nature. That's something that you should continue to embrace, and put yourself in positions where you're able to show that side of yourself freely. So, at the essence, let's talk about the essence of the innocent brand. So, innocent brands are synonymous with optimism, purity, and simplicity. And you possess an intuitive grasp of what brings happiness and clarity to people's lives. Okay. You are a problem solver, you are a solutionary. I think that I made that word up, but it's a thing now. Okay. I'm tapping into my into my inner Stephanie D. McKenzie. She's always making no words, but you're a solutionary. All right. So you're providing solutions that are straightforward and uplifting. It's not fussy, it's not complicated. It's, oh, just do this and this. There you go. That's your answer. So that's where you thrive. This archetype thrives on creating environments where people feel hopeful and inspired, making it a cornerstone in industries like wellness, lifestyle, lifestyle, and family oriented services. So the innocent brands are not just about meeting expectations, they are about exceeding them in the most joyful ways possible. So, something that I think about before I get into the examples, something that I think about is how you caught that palm. Something that I think about is how, when I think about the people who represent the innocent brand personality, they just have this thing about them that just makes you feel good. Like, they just have this energy about them, especially when they're in a positive place themselves. Like Palm, because Palm is this is part of her brand personality. She's not the innocent, but she's the muse. And so the way that, like, watching her videos, and like one of the first things that I noticed about Palm is her smile. And then, like, there's like this warmth that's in her cheeks when she smiles, that's like, it just makes you feel good. You're like, I just want to be here forever. Like, this is just so warm and it just feels good. So there's this presence that they have that it just makes you feel like, man, okay, it's gonna be all right. I don't know how, but it's gonna be all right, you know? So I love that, but that's like a telltale sign that somebody may just be the innocent. Okay. So let's talk about some of the brands that represent this archetype. Iconic brands like that Shay and Tony. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So iconic brands like Coca-Cola and Dove. So Dove is another one. Remember, Dove was a part of the lover, but they also represent the innocent too. And I hope y'all are seeing like some correlations there, because there's some brand personalities that go together real bad. All right. So the innocent and the lover make sense together. They not only have introduced products that bring joy and comfort, but also have maintained a reputation for positivity and trustworthiness. So, from the whimsical world of Disney, Disney is definitely one of the innocent personalities, or brands like Ben and Jerry's. They deeply understand their audience's need for joy and simplicity, ensuring that each interaction feels uplifting and secure. Not secure, uplifting and sincere. You think so? Nintendo? I have never thought about Nintendo being the innocent. That's a good one. That's a good one, Kuma. Especially when you think about the nostalgia. I always refer, it always feels nostalgic to me, even if it's like a new thing with Nintendo. Another personality that I thought of when I thought about the innocent is New Girl. Did anybody watch New Girl? Jess. Jess is like absolutely the innocent. Like there's the way she's always like she literally always sees the good. She's always optimistic. She's always positive. If you've never seen New Girl, man, it's just a great show. It's a great show. It makes you happy. But if you watch like an episode, or if you see some clips of it and you see Jess, the way that she is definitely the innocent brand personality. And so there's like this purity to her, even though it's like they she's an adult, so she does like the dating thing and being engaged and stuff like that, which you wouldn't typically think about with somebody when you think about purity. But it's not even just about like the stereotypical sense of the word, but there's just like this like I don't know how else to describe it, but there's just still like a purity there. Like they just feel like they're just good. Like they're just not like they're not tainted. They're just good. And so yeah, The Good Place, yeah. I would I the style of the show is definitely one. I was thinking more along the lines of characters. So, I'm trying to off the top of my head, I feel like the show itself definitely is that brand. Yeah. So, yeah, those are some that I think about. I'm trying to see if I can think of another one off the top of my head. The kid from Stranger Things. Oh, yeah, the one with the with the haircut. He definitely represented. Um, who else? There's not I won't say there's not a lot of it, but I think that it's harder and harder to find. Hey, John. But y'all, if y'all think of any other ones, definitely put them in the comments, okay? If y'all could think of other brands that represent it. Hey, Crystal. If you could think of other brands that represent the innocent, definitely drop them inside of the comment section or in the chat. So, the journey with your audience as the innocent brand personality. One of the key aspects of an innocent brand is its ability to build lasting positive relationships with this audience. Okay, you just have that thing, that touch that really makes people want to stick around you and want to be in your space and just want to be in your presence and be there for a while. Like people like to be connected to you. By consistently demonstrating optimism and purity, these brands create an experience that feels both personal and joyful. And one thing that I do want to add is that your joy, your optimism, and your purity is magnetic. All right, y'all. Like it's magnetic. People are literally drawn to it. They want to be a part of it. It makes them curious. Like, why are they so happy? Why are they so positive? Why are they smiling? How are they smiling? If you tell your story and people are like, how are you able to still have joy? How are you able to still see the good? Do you not see what's happening on the news? Do you not know what's going on in the world? Like, how do you have this? And so that owning that, living in that, exuding that will naturally make people want to be connected to you. Like, it'll make them want to be drawn to you. All right. So your ongoing dedication is not just about offering products or services, but about fostering a sense of happiness and hope. Okay. So let's go back a little bit to the challenges. All right. So embodying the innocent brand personality is not without its challenges. These brands often struggle with balancing optimism with the need to address real world complexities. And that is where that tendency to escape can come from, because it can be hard to be optimistic when things aren't going well. you know, it can be hard. It is not like, it's not an easy thing. Just because it is your strength doesn't mean that you're not challenged in it. And so sometimes your need to like escape and kind of get away will be a way for you to reconcile what's happening in the real world to what you want it to be. And so it's important to, I think that it's important to have those spaces. I don't think that it's a bad thing to escape at times. You need to escape, you need to retreat. But knowing that, like, retreating or escaping with a plan to come back and face the challenges. I think that that's where your real challenge will come from. And when you learn to maneuver in that way, that's going to be that's going to create more of a harmony and you being optimistic while also still existing and moving and not retreating and running away from the challenges that come up in the world. So the path of the innocent brand is often fraught with risks of naivety, avoidance, and the emotional toll of maintaining a positive outlook in difficult times. And one thing that I wanted to add to that is, it's so important, y'all, that for one, you recognize your your optimistic outlook and your positivity. You have to recognize it as a strength. Okay. Like, it's not just like a fun thing to think about. It's not just a cool idea. It's literally your strength. And the fact that you're able to do it is something that everybody is not good at. Everybody's not strong in that. Everybody is not naturally an optimistic person. They're not optimistic leaning. Some people are just very pessimistic off rip, right? And so you have to know that, as hard as it may be to be positive, it's your strength, and it is a critical thing that we need in our society. Thank you, Lola. It is a critical thing that we need in our society. And so, as hard as it is, you have to get back to the optimism. You have to get back to the positivity. You have to find your way back to that place, because that is where your strength is. That is where you start to see how important you are to us by being able to be that. Okay. So, I know it's challenging. I know it sucks sometimes, but it's your strength. And it's something that not everybody has. So be proud of it, own it, rock it, and share it with the world. All right. So I'm spitting. Thank you, John. I just felt it. I've been feeling it. I've been feeling it for a while. And so I gotta throw in as much encouragement as I can with this one, because, like, I don't know how else I can say it, but we need y'all. We need people like y'all. Okay. We need you. Take me seriously when I say that. So Let's talk about connecting with your customers as the innocent. So, the innocent brand attracts those who value simplicity, joy, and a positive outlook on life. Um, it does not always mean that they are naturally optimistic or positive, but they want it. They value it. It's something that they desperately need. Okay. So, your customers are not just looking to buy a product, but they're looking to buy into a relationship of trust and hope and consistently demonstrating purity and optimism. Okay. Y'all hear that? Consistently demonstrating it. It's okay that you have your moments. It's okay that you have your times where that's where you got to lean into what brings you your hope back. What gives you hope again? What makes you optimistic? What makes you happy? What brings you joy? Go to those places, get those things, get what you need, and then bring it back to the real world. Okay. But the important thing is that you're consistently going back to that place. You're consistently going back to your default of optimism, positivity, hope. The innocent brand creates a loyal following that appreciates their commitment to spreading joy and positivity. Like this got to be that thing that you're like, I'm not letting up on this. I have to do this. This is my job. This is my responsibility. This is my contribution to the world. My joy, my optimism, my positivity makes this world a better place. And so this is what I got to bring. Like you doing this like it's your full-time job, okay? Your full-time job is to bring us joy, positivity, and optimism. All right. So, when it comes to positioning your brand as the innocent, innocent brands often adopt a cheerful and straightforward approach with a focus on happiness and simplicity. So their offerings are typically set at an accessible price range, emphasizing clarity and trust. So this is another one of those brands that is not about having high prices. You're about having the that are fair. You know, they reflect the value of the product or the service, but it's not about creating like this exclusive experience. But it's about creating a space where people feel like they can come here, they belong here. So, and you emphasize the clarity and the trust. Okay, keep it simple, no muss, no fuss. Just this is what you're going to get. This is how it helps you. Here you go. The design and the marketing strategies are crafted to convey joy and purity and often use bright colors and uplifting imagery. All right. So, as we're talking about the bright colors, some of the colors that the Innocent brand would lean towards are, of course, bright and cheerful. So, yellows, light blues, you see, light blues and white that evoke a sense of happiness and purity. So these colors are used to create a visual identity that feels uplifting and sincere. So even like a pastel color palette, it doesn't have to necessarily be like yellow and blue, but softer colors that feel inviting, that feel like you can trust it. Like I don't know, like something about pastels and I think about Easter, like the same colors that you would think about for Easter, those are the kinds of colors that you want to tap into as the innocent. So, at the heart of the innocent, we're going to get into the values now. At the heart of the innocent is a desire for happiness and purity. Their creations are not just products, but an extension of their commitment to spreading joy and positivity and imbuing their work with a sense of clarity and hope. So, how you want to make your community feel as the innocent is happy and uplifted with a focus on the positive because again happiness, positivity, uplifting people, that is your job. Okay, you take that seriously. You also make your community feel safe and trusted. They're trusting and with knowing that they are in good hands. You make them feel inspired and hopeful, seeing the beauty in life, especially when you think about the like wellness space and mindfulness and being present and being in the moment and just slowing down just a little bit to see the good and to to be excited again or to be hopeful again. Those are things that you make your community feel. You also make your community feel playful and joyful, embracing a lighthearted approach. Okay. So, as the innocent and you're looking to make connections, it's crucial for you to show genuine positivity and optimism. So if you're not genuinely feeling positive or optimistic, check in with yourself. Give yourself what you need, especially if what you need is some time before you can broach certain topics or present yourself. Give yourself that time so that when you do show up, it can be genuine. And one thing about this that is important is that it will come across if you're not being genuine about your positivity. Like, don't just do it for the sake of being the innocent, right? Because optimism and positivity is your strength. You have to remember that it is a strength that you have. It's not something that you have to fake. So if you are not experiencing that at that moment or at that time, let's check in and see what you need so that you can share it, because you can't share what you don't have. You can't share what you haven't given to yourself. So you can't pour, from an empty vessel. We're used to hearing. Like, keep that same mentality. And so if you're realizing, okay, I can't genuinely be optimistic about this, or I can't genuinely be positive, what do I need so that I can show up and present this to people? Okay. Providing consistent joy and clarity, and also communicating openly and honestly. That's something that you do well. You don't have to be all elaborate, and you don't have to use like the biggest words and be the most eloquent. Your goal is to just speak to people on a regular level. Hey, Aunt. Hey, Big Red. You're just speaking to people on a regular level. Just be frank with them. Just be real, be open, be honest, and communicate with them. And that makes people feel uplifted and valued, especially what I'm thinking about is Palm, how you did the video with your skincare routine. And although honestly, that video wasn't a negative video at all. That video was a very positive video to me anyway. But she was sharing in the video, she was sharing where she was at and what she was doing to get to a better place, to get herself back to a place where she wants to share, where she's getting back excited about what she's doing and what she's building, coming up with solutions, a simple solution. I'm going to make content while I do my skincare routine. Let's keep it simple. And it just was like a regular conversation. And so I really enjoyed that video because of the way that you just were naturally being yourself. Like, it was a really good video, a really good format for you to use. So with that being said, that leads us right into the storytelling ideas. Okay. So, with the storytelling ideas, y'all, I am going to share a couple. But if you want the rest of the storytelling ideas, you will have to go to the blog post on my website where I have the full rundown of everything that I've talked about on this live, plus a little bit more. So you can go and you can get some storytelling ideas for your brand personality that you can use in your content, you can use in your conversations with people, and you can use it to enhance and maybe even explore some ideas with content creation that you maybe hadn't considered before. So each section is catered to each brand personality. So they're going to have some slight differences and some major differences depending on the different brand personalities to help you to feel more comfortable with the stories that you tell people. So, yeah. So with the storytelling ideas, one idea is talking about a time where your product helped a family reconnect. The specific example here is helping a family reconnect during a power outage. And that would be, especially if your brand, if your business was something to do with like electrical work, that can still be an innocent brand personality. It's not just reserved for particular industries, but the focus is how you've helped people to reconnect. You can have a serene morning walk in the park inspired by your mindfulness guide. Maybe you have I keep thinking about you, Palm, but I think, or even like if it's not a morning walk, but like your morning teas, I think that's a perfect setup where you're just sharing your revelations, or it's a moment to be mindful, or it's a moment to be encouraged, or it's a moment to be, just real, open, and honest. But the serenity and the revelation is the two key things here that are really good for the innocent brand personality. Another idea is talking about how a skincare product helps someone to feel more confident and happy, especially if you are aligned with companies that also value simplicity, that also value clarity, that are brands that feel safe to people. Like it doesn't feel risky. Those types of things, whether it's your product that you're selling, or you're an affiliate or an ambassador, or, it's a sponsored post, but something like that, and emphasizing how people feel more confident and happy, a very good marriage of your brand with another brand. So literally your skincare video, Palm, it was hitting so many different points here. That's so dope. But anyway, those are just a couple. There are about 6 storytelling ideas total. So if you're listening to this and you feel like you are the innocent, or you're one of the innocent's cousins, then you're going to want to go and check out the full blog post. It'll be linked in my description box, so you can go and check it out and read through all of the different ideas and all the different aspects of your brand personality. Okay. So let's get into some of the keywords and phrases that you either want to use or portray with your brand. Together, we find happiness, bringing joy to everyday moments. Life is beautiful, keeping things simple and pure, finding hope in every situation, spreading positivity and light. Okay. Some words that you want to use. Oh no, there's no other words. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So those are. I'm gonna add some more words to it, y'all. Just like some individual words, not phrases. So that's something that I'll add to this when I get off of here and rework the blog a little bit. So not only will you have those phrases, but you'll have some words as well. So, but the thing to point out from those are happiness, beauty, purity, simplicity, so or hope. So those are things that you want to tap into as well. And even literally using some of those words in what you say, because it represents your brand well. So, my beautiful innocence, I want you to remember to balance your optimism with a touch of realism. Each act of joy is a testament to your boundless positivity and trust. Keep dreaming, keep believing, and watch as you create a world of happiness and hope with every step. All right. So let's get into the whole family. All right. So you're listening to this and you may be saying, I can see some of that in me, but I'm maybe not a full blown innocent. Okay. Because the innocent is the fundamental personality. You may not be the innocent, but you might be one of the innocent's cousins. All right. So we're going to go through and talk about the strengths and the challenges and give a brief overview of each of the cousins within the innocent brand family. Okay. So the first one coming to the who is that? I don't know who that is, Kuma. The first cousin coming to the reunion is the idealist. The strengths of the idealist is their belief in the positivity, the belief in the possibility of positive change, strong vision and work ethic toward the greatest common good, cooperation and collaboration, authenticity, altruism, and self-confidence. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Some of the challenges that you have as the idealist is conflict avoidance, frustration, and tendency to view the world through rose colored glasses. So the idealist is driven by the unshakable knowledge that a better world is possible and inspires others to seek it as well. Motivated by the concepts of harmony and peace, the idealist is enthusiastic, altruistic, cooperative, and respectful. Okay. And there is a full paragraph on this on the blog. So that's just a little snippet of what you'll get when you go and read it. The next cousin coming to the reunion is the muse, my muse, Palm. Your strengths are the ability to inspire creation of arts and literature and to give clarity, focus, and motivation, facilitation of the growth of others, collaboration, and selflessness. Some of the challenges of the muse are possession of a directive agenda, unfocused energy that can sometimes bring chaos rather than clarity, and a tendency to be easily influenced by external forces. So, considered a source of knowledge and inspiration, the muse finds fulfillment by breathing inspiration into others to create new insights and forms. The muse is in sacred alliance with its partner to inspire creative endeavors. Illuminating truths and offering sustained energy, this archetype brightens the dark corners of the human mind. That is the muse. The next cousin coming to the reunion is the child. So the child's strengths are temperament that is easily amused, inner toughness and resilience, positive attitude and energy, fascination with the world, openness to possibility. Some of the challenges of the child is inability to grow up and accept responsibility, difficulty being reliable, grounded, or dependable, and tendency to be highly mutable and vulnerable to influence. Okay. So, enjoying all that life has to offer, the child reawakens the autonomic joys of play and curiosity. Energetically, the child embodies playfulness, lightness, freedom, and the expectation of wonder. And last but not least, the last cousin coming to the reunion is the dreamer. The dreamer's strengths are vivid imagination, creativity in the form of ideas, plans, inventions, and concepts. Some of the challenges of the dreamer is lack of structure needed to execute ideas. Okay. Possessing a vivid and powerful imagination, the dreamer is a master at drifting into the highest altitudes of pure potential. Preferring to live in the utopia of the mind, this archetype can be swept away with the emotions and possibilities of ideas without ever needing to make anything concrete. All right. So, how many people feel like they are either the innocent or one of the innocent's cousins? Who feel like they see themselves in one of these. This one is not my archetype. However, if I had to say which one I was like the closest to, I feel like I would be closest to the idealist, especially the belief in positive change, authenticity, strong vision and work ethic, and then also with the challenges, conflict avoidance. Because I do not like conflict. Like, can we skip past this part, please? So that would be the one I think I would be the closest to. You're feeling like a dreamy magician? Okay, okay. I can see that. Yeah, the dreamer is interesting because I think the dreamer and the creator have some similarities, especially because creators can be dreamers. Not in the brand personality sense, but just like in the sense of their dreamers, and the creativity. But the thing about the dreamer is that I think that the like the stance and like the commitment, especially to like the purity of it, that's not something that I see in the creator. Like the creator could be, but that's not really a strength of the creator or an attribute of the creator or the archetypes. So, but yeah, this isn't my type. I think I'd be close to the caregiver over this one. I think there are some similarities between them. Yes, there are, Adrian. So there are definitely some similarities between the innocent and the caregiver. The innocent the innocent is there definitely has like that hope and that joy. But I think the biggest difference with the caregiver is this sense of obligation to taking care of people, which is like literally like why it's a caregiver. And with the innocent is more of a inspiration to people, and they value those relationships, but there isn't that sense of obligation to take care of people. Like it's not the same thing. I think that they would have to be, for that to make sense with an innocent, they would have to be paired with some sort of um like advocate, or the citizen, which is something that we'll talk about sometime this week. That one has more of a sense of service and duty to others, but the caregiver has like it's like an obligation to take care of people, and the innocent is more of a inspiration. Like just being around them inspires you and is being in their presence. So yeah, there are some slight differences, some slight differences. Especially when you think about the fact that the muse is in there. The muse is, it just really like it inspires just by their curiosity. Like they're inspirational just by the questions that they ask, or their perspective on things brings about an inspiration for new ideas and new inventions and just new ways of thinking. So it's more of a it's a that subtle difference is what makes them different personalities. What I will say, um, because I've referenced you a lot, Palm, but like you really inspired me talking about this today. Um, I'm gonna encourage you publicly. So it is a call out, but not in a bad way, I promise. But I have to say this for everyone to hear, and everybody who will listen to the replay to hear, that you really do bring about a desire to explore new things, and you inspire creativity just by being the person that you are. The fact that you are just literally sharing, like you are sharing some things in our group, where we have a separate group that we converse in, we conversate in, and she was sharing some things that she was working on. And so in her sharing those things, it inspired me to literally shift this entire live from talking about the rebel brand personality, which is what I was going to talk about today, to talking about the innocent, because I felt so moved by the conversation that I felt like I really needed to talk about this one today. Like it just was on my heart. Like I got to talk about this one today. And so I want you to know that like through and through, this is who you are, and this is for you, but just for everyone, no matter what your brand personality is, or what the multiple brand personalities are, what they represent, especially when you start looking at some of the challenges that you face, or maybe you start listening to another personality that sounds like super dope, and it sounds like, man, it would be great if that was my personality, but it's not your personality. For all of those times where that comes up, I want to encourage y'all to lean into your strengths, the strengths from each of the personalities that represent your brand. Lean into what it is that you do well, even if it doesn't feel like it's like the coolest superpower. Because sometimes they just don't feel cool. But lean into what it is and watch how who you are and how you were created was so intentional that you trying to be anyone else won't have the same impact. It literally will not have the same impact. It won't have the same results, and you won't feel the fulfillment and the joy that comes from being yourself unapologetically and watching how you being yourself impacts the world. Like there's I'm not gonna say there's no greater feeling because I feel like I'm being dramatic when I say that, but I'm just gonna say it and we're gonna know it's for dramatic effect. There may be better feelings out there, but right now I can't think of one. Okay. So there's no better feeling than knowing that I'm not putting on a front. I'm not trying to be nobody else. I'm literally just being me, and me being me is making someone's day better. Me being me is helping someone start a business that maybe had no hope for their business a year ago, or someone started a YouTube channel because they saw me doing something as crazy as going live every day for 30 days. And they're like, well, if she can do that, I can definitely make a YouTube video. That's not a problem. Like, so knowing that just being who I am and that having an impact on people's lives feels so good that it makes me want to keep being me and learn more about me and showing that part of myself, and even being more comfortable with showing the parts of myself that I'm not proud of. The things that I don't like, the things that I kind of wish weren't there, the things that I wish were different, which is what I'm striving to do with the creator confessions. Like, I'm sharing parts of myself that, like, honestly, I would rather keep that stuff a secret. I don't want y'all knowing all my inner thoughts and all the things I'm struggling with. I don't want to talk about that stuff, but I know that in sharing the good and the bad, it doesn't make me any less worthy of love. It doesn't make me any less worthy of this platform and doing what I do. And if anything, it makes people want to connect with me even more because now they can see I'm a human. I'm just a human like everybody else. So keep that in mind as I continue talking about them. As you continue listening to the brand personalities, and maybe listening in and knowing that maybe this isn't me, but I can appreciate this for what it is and what they bring to the world and what they bring to the table. So yeah, y'all, I've been I've really enjoyed today. I want to thank y'all just for being here and listening. Like, and I mean that like literally. I just want to thank y'all for being here and for listening. And engaging, every comment in the chat, every comment that's going to come after that, after I've gone off live. I want to thank y'all for showing up and engaging, because it is, like I said earlier, it is not always easy to do it when that's not happening in the moment. So I really do appreciate y'all. Um, Before I go, I want to make sure that y'all know that if you've been listening to these lives, or if you've been listening to these brand personalities, or if you've been watching my content on my YouTube channel and you've been enjoying this, or even if you're listening on YouTube and you want to catch the replays and you want to listen to these and really like learn and dive into it, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Like, if you've listened to more than 2 of my videos, we already go together now. So all you got to do is subscribe, okay? Subscribe is going to help me to grow. I'm going to continue giving you amazing content that's going to help your business, it's going to help your brand, and most importantly, it's going to help you as a person to grow and be more confident in who you are. So come on in, join the fam, and we're going to keep on moving along with this challenge and with these brand personalities. So I want to say that tomorrow I'm going to talk about the sovereign. But the way that things have been moving lately, I don't know who I'm gonna be tomorrow. I don't know who I'm gonna be, but hopefully, hopefully it's the sovereign. But if not, then it'll be another amazing brand personality that we can talk about as well. But I'll be back on tomorrow. It'll most likely be during the daytime. It won't be the evening. Actually, it will be during the daytime. So if you're not able to tune in live, then you'll be able to see the replay. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to seeing whoever's going to be able to be there live tomorrow. And y'all have an amazing rest of your night. I want to say thank you to all of the people who have served in the military. Thank you to all of our veterans. My dad's a veteran, my brother's a veteran, my grandpa's a veteran. Like the military runs deep in our family, and I really want to shout them out and tell them thank you for all that they do, and not only just the veterans, but also to the families of people who have served in the military. Thank you to y'all, because the sacrifices that you make and the things that you do in order to support your soldiers is so critical and so important. And so thank you to y'all as well. All right. Y'all out here serving us too. So thank you. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.